if I had installed this camera before, I would have got hint and stopped it before like it was too late, you know. It couldn't have taken 3 weeks, you know, because this thing like has been happening like probably for 2 weeks. I did beat myself up. Okay. He promised me that he's going to open a business for me, which is something that is such a huge milestone for me, and I'm very, very grateful, very, very happy. I'm a happy girl, I'm a happy mom, and I thank God for him so much. Stressful workers, employees, and as in it's just been a lot, sourcing for all these things, bringing in people, different partners and everything. But I thank God, like now I can comfortably like say like it's a good thing. I'm really happy, I'm really blessed. But I put on this face beat because the boys are sleeping. Today is on a weekend, like I told you guys. Tantam slept, I think, 1.5 hours ago. Babe slept 1 hour ago, so I've just been alone. So I took a quick shower, dressed up, of course, and tried to glam my face. I tried putting the lashes, but it backfired. So yeah, that's it. So it's actually past 3. I'm almost 4 p.m. Let me just check. Yeah, it's 4:58. I wanted to go to the salon so that I can get quick cornrows, like few cornrows, I think 10 of them, so that I can stay freely without using kitamba and everything, and at least my head will be neat, my hair will be neat. I also wanted to share with you guys something. I don't really want to get into so much detail. Wait a minute, we clip it on. I'll figure out how to use it later. Nimeshinda. So I just want to come on here and talk with you guys about something that happened, I think a week ago, but it finally ended yesterday. So I fired my nanny again. So this is what happened. It's a sad thing, it's very emotional, and each time I try to remember, it's really heartbreaking, but again, it could enlighten someone here. So yeah, because this channel is also about motherhood, me showing you how I'm raising my son, the challenges I face, and things like how I'm navigating through motherhood. So yeah, it's basically raising Tam Tam, and you guys are here to see it, and I'm usually very happy to share about it, because through my sharing, I get a lot of insight from you guys. Thank you so much to all that follow me on Instagram and are still here, because I spoke about it yesterday and I received a lot of insight, information I didn't know, and you guys encourage me so much. Those that have been through it before, I really felt better and I felt relieved sharing it out, knowing that I'm creating a community where mothers can be free and feel free to share anything they're going through and all that. So on the same Jumia haul, the first one, I told you guys that I ordered a nanny camera and I showed it to you guys. So I actually ordered the nanny cam, I think before I got this nanny, but I installed it like way later, I think 2 weeks later or 3 weeks later, I think, yeah, let's say 2 weeks and 5 days Apple. So it's when I decided to install the CCTV. It was actually an emergency, because I had this feeling that this nanny, there's something fishy about her, and she pretends to be too good when you're around, too good to us, of course, and most so good to Tam Tam. But whenever we used to come back home, because most of the time we could come home at around 8 p.m, so that I go right ahead in the kitchen, we cook. So yeah, that's what used to be happening. And one weird thing that used to be happening always, like for all this entire time, I think for 3 weeks and few days, Tam Tam never got used to her. Whenever he used to leave the house, he always used to cry ile mbaya kabisa. It's like he's afraid or something. And at first I thought it was normal. I thought that it's because he wasn't used to her. And he's a small kid, and I also used to know, like, it's also because I also used to attribute it to the fact that Tam Tam and I have always been together. We've never been separated. I've raised him, and he's used to seeing me on a daily basis. But now things are changing, and we need to adjust. So that's what was happening, and whatever we were doing was needed to be done. Because at the end of the day, I feel like I was very, very ready to go back to work, and at least also try my best to give him the life that I never had. So yeah, that means going out there and hustling like other people, you know. That's why I also got a live-in nanny, by the way, because having had day bags, it's good. I loved it so much, but then my schedule was so flexible. I never used to go anywhere, but now I need to go to places. So having a live-in nanny is very convenient, by the way, in so many ways. So me deciding to like speed up the installation of the CCTV, the nanny camera, was prompted by a series of incidents. And the first incident was when I had this nanny in this place. I'll tell you exactly what I want. I'll tell you rules, and all these rules are to protect Tam Tam. Number one, you're not supposed to beat my baby. This house, we do not beat Tam Tam, and never should you put or lay hands on my baby. Never do that, please. And I insisted on that rule because it's just one rule. I really don't care about you doing your chores on time or anything. Me, as long as my baby is safe and you're looking after him vizuri, because I love that baby so much. I love my son so much. And I feel like crying because I also feel like I was late. I did beat myself up. Okay. So I did beat myself up for a while, because I was like, if I had installed this camera before, I would have got hint and stopped it before, like, it was too late, you know. It couldn't have taken 3 weeks, you know, because this thing like has been happening like probably for 2 weeks. So let me give you a backstory very quickly so that you can understand. So when the chick came, she came at around 8 p.m. I served her food, she ate, and after that we went through all the rules, and just me asking her like a normal interview, your name and all that, writing on my book the details that I can forget, and also telling her her job description. And number one is all about Tam Tam, what to do, just take care of my son. And for me, people on IG, it's I'm very, very active. I show you like basically what I do throughout the day, a day in my life on a daily on IG. I try updating my stories. It's something that is new to me, but I think sahi nimezoea. So what I did that day is just normal routine, and yeah. So I told her never to lay hands on Tam Tam no matter what. If something happens or she's provoked, she should check in with me first and tell me. I'll deal with him. I'll personally deal with him. Because it's my son. I'm raising this baby, and no one has any right to lay hands on my son or on our baby apart from the parents. And whenever we'll decide it's now right time to discipline our baby, we will figure out which ways to like use. Because some people use spanking, others slight beating on the hands and all that, pinching. People are different, to each their own, different parenting styles, and no one is wrong, so I'm not judging. But for us, we discussed that it's not time to like discipline Tam Tam in any way. You just talk it out to him and tell him that is bad, Baba, and keep telling him, you know, and showing him love. And your hands are not supposed to be used for beating, my dear. So the second day, actually the first day of her now officially starting work, because alikuja jana usiku, she arrived like the previous night. So the next day she told Tam Tam takuchapa, and she told him in a very joking way, and I was like, no, I was very defensive and was, no, don't tell that to the baby, because you're scaring him away and you're instilling fear in him, and we do not do that here. Even the words that you choose and the words that you use, so the words that you use to talk to my son should be very, very well thought of, as in just be a nice person to him. He's just a baby. Most of the time he doesn't even know what he's doing. He's just a bubbly baby, very happy, and I love him so much. We love him so much. So that like caught me off guard, and I was like, no, don't do that. The next day, and remember, all this time she was unprovoked. Tantam was just like playing here on carpet, and we were just seated. I was seated on one corner of the recliner, and she used to sit with me like on the other side, and I never used to mind. So sometimes just busy playing, and the lady tells her, Dakuchapa, jokingly. I tell her, and she was like, okay, sawa, pole, nilikuwa nimesahau. I used to ask her, unakumbuka kwa interview nilisema usimwambie hivyo na usijaribu kumpiga. Huku hatujawahi na huwa haifanyiki. She was like, okay, pole, and she was very, very soft spoken. She used to speak. You wouldn't even like imagine. Anyway, so what happened next? So this was like the first 2 days, and it never happened again. I never saw her or heard her saying, I'll beat you, or yeah, I never saw anything. And all this while I was with her, I stayed for like 1.5 weeks or 1 and 4 days, training her and making sure that she knows and she's conversant with the job, especially when it comes to Tam, feeding him, the schedule, changing him, bathing him, and all that, because I was used to doing it and I want it to be done this way. So you just have to like train them, and things were good. You couldn't suspect anything. She was very nice and very polite to us, and she was treating Tam very okay, and yeah, there was nothing to suspect, by the way. What happened next? So this thing, we used to go to work, and baby used to pick me up later in the evening and bring me home. So we used to come together basically the same time at around 7:40 to 8 something, and immediately nikifika, we just say hi to Tam, hug him, play with him, and go to the kitchen. I used to cook, which I love. And so there's this specific day that we came. Normal day, we greeted Tam, and every other time, most of the times alikuanga too bored. And when he sees up, it's like he's starting to like light up and everything. It was just very fishy. I remember there are times, a number of times, we used to come and baby used to tell me, don't ring the bell, let's first listen to what happens inside. And all this time, it's before I had installed the Nanny camera. And remember, I had it in the house, but I wasn't in a rush because I trusted this person, because I thought it was her true colors, and she was nice. There was nothing, as in there was no signs, by the way. The only sign that we had at this time was Tam, when we come back home, he's just bored, and he was always disinterested. When we come back home, he never wants to like go to her. He distances himself. And I was like, it was weird, by the way. And we used to talk about it, and it was like, we need to now install the CCTV, because Tam haizi ongea, So before I even installed the CCTV, the first week too, after me resuming now to work, we were in the kitchen. I came home, and as usual, we're in the kitchen. I'm making dinner. She's there, kwa hii side, yeah, the counter, yeah. So she's just standing there, amejishika, and mimi napika. So those times I wanted her to be with me in the kitchen so that she can see how I'm doing it. So when the time comes or when I need her to like cook, anaweza pika, cause anaona venye napika. So I'm teaching her things, spices that I'll need for specific dishes and everything, and how to serve and everything. So cause she was very naive, sorry to say, very naive. She was very naive. And actually the 2 times that aliambia Tam na kuchapa, deep down I was like being so patient with her and understanding, because I was telling myself, ni msi ametoka ushago, she's never worked this work per se, ajaifanya hii kazi. So I thought, like, you're starting from scratch, you're trying to like teach this person this work and how you want things done in your home. So I was kind of patient because I asked her, have you ever raised a baby? And she told me that ameshaishi na auntie yake, and she was leaving the young one to her, and she was also alikuwa mtoto mdogo, like below 1 year, and also she's raised her sister's kids, boys, and even like alikuwa conversant, changing like diapers once in a while. Easy, not the pant ones, these normal diapers, zenye you like the napkin thing. And so I was like, okay, we don't have a long way to go. I hope atakuwa first learner atashika. So fast forward to this day, we're in the kitchen, and we are just like doing the thing. I'm just cooking and everything. So Tamtam loves unplugging the fridge from the socket. So he does this, and I'm telling him, like, Tamtam, no, don't do that. That is wrong. And that's what I do always with Tamtam. I was like, bad. He even knows how to mama that, and like, bah. And it's so adorable. So this girl, out of nowhere, it happened so fast, spanks him. Like, Tamtam was like, yeah, alikuwa tu amesimama hivi. Out of nowhere, he goes, so I'm like, do you do that? Yeah. Why did you do that? What did I tell you? Mbona umempiga? What's up? Like, I'm questioning her, like, mbona umemfanyia hivyo? Mbona umempiga? Si mimi ndio namuongelesha, wewe umetokea wapi? As in, it didn't concern her, and si fridge yake, and if Tamtam akiharibu fridge, ni atalipa si yake. I didn't see, mi mwenyewe ningetaka, as in, it was just, and it happened so fast. Akasema, sorry, nisamee. Ni kitu imeniingia, hata sijajua nikimpiga. I was like, And throughout the entire time after this incident, I was so quiet, still processing what had just happened, and I asked her to, do you do that? Akasema, sijawai, ni leo tu, na imefanyika, hata siku anajua nini imeniingia. So that thing disturbed me kabisa, and now this is what prompted me to like fasten up, like tell babe, like, yo, call that fundi guy of yours, akuje atufixie Nanny cam, because it's here. Why are we not using it for the purpose that we got it for? So babe calls the fundi, because babe was not here yet, because sometimes, yeah, babe was not here yet, by the way, because sometimes he'll drop me, and then because hapo kwa nini, okay, I don't want to get to the details anyway. So nowadays I do work, I never mentioned it, so you guys remember those times that I used to like have breakdowns, mental breakdowns, and I would like come on here and share my experience, because this place is very important to me, and I'm creating a space that I can be very comfortable to share out my things comfortably and share what I'm going through, because I know it's normal and I'm human. And it's basically like my digital journal, by the way, if I'd have to give this channel a name. And I really love this community, and I appreciate you guys for watching my content, for relating to my content, and for coming back again and again, for all the likes that you give me. So I feel like it's myself. I feel like it's my safe space, and I've created a good environment for me to be able to come on here and share what I feel like is good to share, and also can inspire somebody, or somebody can learn from it. So that's why I do what I do, and I feel so okay now. I've built that confidence. I don't feel like I'm talking to strangers. I feel like we're family, like online community yetu. So yeah, in case you're wondering. So if you guys remember the number of times I've had mental breakdowns, and the major ones that I've told you guys about, I remember it was last year, I think a time in September or August, when I shaved my head. You guys remember that? If you're an OG here, I shaved my head. I was just going through it, by the way. So I shaved my head, and I felt so much better later. I was going through a rough space in my life, like personal. I was just feeling like I haven't achieved a lot, and I was just beating up myself for, yeah, because I just felt like my life is not moving as I would want it to be moving. And the other mental breakdown was later on in March, on my birthday. You guys remember, like, I wasn't happy before my birthday, a day before my birthday, or 2 days before my birthday. I was just having a lot. I was just beating myself up. I was really anxious for this new age I was going to be turning, which was 25 years. And I was like, wow, this is not what I anticipated for my life for this time. I gave birth and I quit my job. They called me back like 3 times, but I just couldn't go back to that job. So I needed to like move on and look for another job. And didn't know where to start, because with this system in Kenya, it can like depress you. But on the other hand, I do not have pressure to find a job, honestly. And I really thank God for a supportive partner. He really like caters to my needs, the luxury needs that I need. Whatever thing I need, I can always ask him, and he always delivers. And I'm really grateful for that man. May God bless him. He has really been instrumental. Guy, I never lack. Whenever I want to look good, I still look good. I get the hair I want. I dress the way I want. I buy whatever I want. I get to eat whatever I want, and I do not take it for granted. Basically, amenyeka maisha nzuri. That one I cannot lie, and I can't deny. People see it, people say it, and it's true. So may God really bless him, because my life has been much, 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 much sweeter, better ever since I knew him. Or yeah, so this is going okay. Thank you, babe, in case you see this. I really appreciate you so much. So what I want to talk about, so fast forward, I'm telling you guys about my mental breakdown in March. So that's what happened. And I think 3 months later or 2 months later, just the same time, about the same time, babe told me, he told me, and also because he was being with me, he used to see how it's affecting me, as in I was giving myself a lot of pressure. I used to cry a lot. I was emotional kabisa. Anything that could happen, I will be so teary and everything. I'd be moody. I don't know. I was just depressed, by the way. On a serious note, I was depressed. And he saw this and he was like, so I kept asking him, like, like imposter syndrome is also like a thing. I kept telling him, like, when I am this age, or people this age are doing this and this, and my life is like this, I feel like I'm stagnant. And he'd tell me, like, you just gave birth, you've been raising this baby well, and you're doing something, you're doing a lot. And I was like, no, that cannot translate to money in my bank account. And yeah, we'll go on and on with this conversation and be like, relax, God's timing is the best. And he's such a good, God bless him. Anyway, let me not talk about it. So this really, I don't know if it triggered him, but I know he had this in his mind. So he promised me that he's going to open a business for me, which is something that is such a huge milestone for me. And I'm very, very grateful, very, very happy. I'm a happy girl, I'm a happy mom, and I thank God for him so much. So fast forward to like a month and a half later, he started initiating all this and everything, and boom, it's taken a lot. It's taken a lot of energy, money, capital, sleepless nights, stressful workers, employees, and as in it's just been a lot, sourcing for all these things, bringing in people, different partners and everything. But I thank God, like now I can comfortably like say, like, it's a good thing. I'm really happy, I'm really blessed, and this is a beautiful joy that I'm glad to share. So this has been going on like for more than a month now, by the way. He opened it for me like I think 7-8 weeks ago, but the idea has been there like for a couple of months, because even when I was having these mental breakdowns, he used to say, why do you want to look for a job and you'll be self-employed? That's better than even working for somebody. And I would be like, but my career, I want to follow my career, I want to do something in line with my career. Of course, definitely maybe in future I'd want to like do something related with nutrition, but there's so many things you can do with your nutrition career. You can even be your own you can even do like consulting, like personal consultations and everything, writing meal plans for people and making an income out of it, because it's a thing. You don't have to be employed. So it made sense, but at the time I was like really, really depressed and everything. So that's why now I had to like train somebody and have somebody take care of Tam Tam while I'm away, because now I needed to be hands-on, check on our business, check on my business, check on our, I really consider it our baby, because without him I wouldn't have it, and I really thank him for, it's such a beautiful thing to do, and I'm so grateful to God, and may he expand his territories, by the way, may he expand his territories, and may that business birth or bring forth many more businesses in Jesus' mighty name. Amen. May it be so. So I needed to have a living nanny. So I thought that now we've found a perfect living nanny, so to say, because you guys remember my previous living nanny, we stayed with her like for less than a week, and then she lied that she was going to her shosho's burial. Kumbe it was her boyfriend calling and arranged it for her to go so that they can sort their issues. So the lying thing and the drama with the anger part, but not to us on the phone, we were like, we are a good match for us, so we needed to move on quickly. And now, just almost immediately, we got now this one from the same person who referred or who brought the other one. They're actually from the same village, and yeah, that's what happened. I thought that's Tam Tam. Kumbe, I think there's wind, mlango imesonga kidogo, and yeah, that's it. So she came, and she turned out to be not what exactly we thought she was. She was just pretending, and she was a monster to Tam Tam. This time I found, so later on, a week later or a few days later, I found marks on Tam Tam's body, here kwa shingo, hapa nyuma, kwa mkono. So I just bathed Tam Tam, and I was oiling his body and massaging him, and yeah, just the way we used to do it before, because anytime I used to get a chance, mimi kwanza, before I leave for work, I used to leave at around 11, saa zingine at 3 p.m. Imagine, guys, just to go look at how things are going and supervise kidogo, because it's a new baby, so you have to nurture it and be around if you can most of the time until ikishashika. Now I can even like not go and supervise things from my phone or laptop and everything. So that's what happened. So this time I'm from bathing Tam Tam. We've played in the bathroom as usual, and now I'm oiling his body. Babe was here in the living room. I saw this mark and I was shocked. I was troubled, and I called babe, kuja haraka, kuja uone. She was in the kitchen, I think, washing utensils sama, because ilikuwa mchana. I think it was on a Sunday. Yeah, I think it was on a Sunday or it was on a weekend. Babe alikuwa around, because maybe most of the time I used to go to work late, so sometimes I could even like bathe him, but every other day I used to change and feed him like at least the first 2 meals, za asubuhi, breakfast and 11 a.m. snack, and just leave him to play wakinizindikisha chini. So I felt like I was still trying my best and giving it my all to still be available for Tam Tam, spend time with him and be hands-on, even though I'm still handling other businesses and everything. So fast forward to that time I got the marks. So I called babe, and babe was like, what? And we checked them. So they were here kwa shingo, here on one arm and on the buttocks, and the buttocks zote zilikuwa zinakaa kama kuchunwa, scratches and everything. And yeah, buttocks, it was fresh because I changed Tam Tam's diaper frequently, like every day, like twice a day, like mchana na jioni nikikuja, the last one that he goes to bed with. And this is what happened. All this time we didn't have the CCTV camera. So after this marks, it's when like it was installed, like after 2 days. And after I saw this marks, the camera was installed like after, I think 2 days later, because it was now an emergency. Because when I saw the marks, I called babe, and I also called her and I asked her, do you beat this baby? Do you beat Tam Tam? Akasema, these are her words. Niliacha kumpiga tangu nikataze, sijawahi mpiga. Niliacha kumpiga tangu nikataze. Nikamwambia, uko sure hizi marks ametoa wapi? Nikamuuliza, kwani ukuwa umeziona? Akaniambia, jana nikimwosha hakukuwa nazo. These marks zilikuwa zinakaa tini za jana, like maybe 2 days old, 1 day old. And this one's huku singeona because I hadn't like bathed him like for days. Anyway, so that really disturbed me and messed me up kidogo, because who does that? That was really bad. It's not right to lay your hands on somebody's kids. And remember the rules kwa nyumba. Don't forget, you can go back to the rules. They were very, very clear, specific, you know. The fast forward, the camera was installed, and after I saw these marks, I never went back to work. I used to handle things from my phone and call to check if things ziko poa and all that. So I went to work after the camera was installed, by the way. So this time when I saw the marks, I don't know, when was it? Or kumekuwa na holiday last month on Thursday. Yeah, I think it was on May. Mi sikumbuki, but hata maybe ikuwa weekend. Maybe it was on, yeah, it was on that holiday that it was on a weekday, on a Thursday. Because I remember from Thursday, I never went to work until on Monday. All this time because I was trying to process and feel so sorry. I was so sad for my baby. I didn't want even to imagine what he could possibly have been going through. And yeah, so I really niliharakisha umse wa kamera, or rather niliharakisha beba lete mtu wa kamera. So the guy came, fixed the nini, and yeah. So since I saw the marks and she said she didn't have anything to do with it, I was like, okay. And my mood really changed, even towards her. I didn't even want to talk to her. I was just keeping it casual, because she was really talkative. But now I'm trying to process and to be very cautious. Maybe ana harm mtoto. Maybe she's harming my son and inflicting pain. And it made me so mad. I did rant to it. I called Mariam. I showed her the video of Tam Tam with the marks and everything, and it was so sad, very painful. Just thinking about it now, and it may happen 2 weeks ago, or is it 1.5 weeks ago? It's a sad thing to do. Totally, it's totally messed up, you know. So fast forward to on Saturday, the camera was installed, but because it's on Saturday, I didn't want to leave. I just took time off so that I can spend my time with Tam Tam and concentrate on him and find a solution to whatever could have been possibly happening. If she's a danger to him and she's not the right match, possibly figure out how it happens and everything. So the camera was installed, and yeah, blah blah blah. So fast forward to on Monday, I went back to work, but specifically just to give her that room and space so that she can do whatever she does when I'm not around or when we are away at work. So as usual, Tam Tam really, really cries excess when I'm leaving. It's usually so bad. I don't know if it's still normal, because it's 1 month. Ama it's normal, I don't know. Maybe that part is normal, but every other thing, it's not normal. So fast forward I went back to work, and all through I was on my phone looking at the CCTV. I was on the motorbike. Frank took me. You guys know Frank is our motorbike guy, or our personal rider. He lives around. So he took me to work, and he noticed Nico disturbed because he was talking to me and I wasn't even answering. I told him, Kiasi, there's something, this girl anakaa tu ako off, simuamini, because Tam Tam anakuanga tu off, tukitoka ni kulia excess ile, ni kama, I don't know. So I was, throughout the journey akinipeleka job, I was on my phone. So on arriving, bado nikuwa kwa motorbike, the first thing this girl does is goes to the kitchen and locks herself in the kitchen and leaves Tam Tam here in the living room alone. Who does that? And imagine, I saw the footage for around 48 minutes. Tam Tam was alone the entire time, and a lot of things could possibly go wrong. For example, the feeding chair is so tall. Tam Tam at this time, he usually likes swinging with it, and when you're not there, you can't even hold it and kumkataza, no, don't do that, babe, don't do that, baba. While on her watch, the TV drawers got ruined, and now they come off, and it's so heavy, and he likes akivuruta, cause hapo njo toys zake ziko, and you can't even switch, cause he loves playing with that drawer. It's a spring one. What is it called? It rolls. So one time ati alivuruta na yote ikaanguka yote chini. On her watch, the TV stand kuna maji pia imeharibika, and there are so many nails there. I don't know if all this time she used to watch over him, or all these things happened while she was away, and Tanta maybe was hurt. As in a lot of, a lot of whys and whys and whys, and it's so sad. So I installed the camera, and for 48 minutes she left him unattended, and that was like the opposite of her instructions. Her instructions were very clear, like never leave Tam unattended to. Your work is to look after him, supervise his playing, play with him, feed him, and do your things when he's asleep. And I don't know what she was doing in the kitchen, because hakuwa anafanya kitu yote. I don't even, most of the time hata ukikuwa, she locks herself in the balcony, which is okay nikiwa around, because I'm looking after my Tam. And she doesn't do anything concerning Tam when I'm around, because Tam refuses even to eat when I'm here. Anakatanga kupewa food na yeye. He refused to be bathed with her. He cries excess. And even when I'm like getting ready for work, I have to like step in and do the thing. Feed him juu niende haraka, or wash him because ataki at all. And yeah. So what happened next? So this time I'm at work, and I see how ameacha mtoto for 48 minutes. So I come back home. I rush back home, and she's surprised to see me and asks, "Why are you back? You umerudi mapema?" And all this time niko like scared, like processing what had happened, because what if Tam amejiangushia kiti? What if draw imemwangukia? What if amejiangusha na ameumia and you're not there? Hata ukuji kumwangalia. Not even a single time did this lady come to check what Tam was doing, or if he was okay. You could just see Tam roaming kwa nyumba from corner to corner, looking for something to keep himself busy with. That was so sad, very painful. My heart ilikuwa inaruka, like it was beating so fast. So the person who is usually there kwa shop helped me look for a motorbike, because I was running mad literally, and it was raining bado. So I jumped on that nduthi and I rushed back home, and I ran up the stairs, and I came, and she was very surprised to see me. Alishtuka sana. So I asked her, "What have you been doing? How was your day? Tam mekwaje?" And mind you, it's just 1 hour after I left, because this day I left at 3 p.m. because she was doing laundry, and she was a very slow person, which it never bothered me, as long as you're doing your work well. Concerning Tam, that is taking care of Tam, ako well taken care of. The rest that you do, or however you do it, it doesn't bother me. So I come back home, and she's like, "What?" And yeah. So I never told her about the CCTV. I can 24 hours surveillance, unamuona whatever she's doing, or whatever she's supposed to be doing na hafanyi, na the pretense. And she was talking so rudely to Tam before I came, like, "Toka hapo!" Mistreating him, mishandling him, anamvuruta venye anataka, anamongelesha vibaya. So she was a very totally different person from how she used to present herself when we were around. She was very polite, anamongelesha vizuri, anamtreat vizuri. When we were away, a monster, a witch. So the worst thing, so this day I never told her, and I paused again. I never went back to work, and not until after 3 days later, it's when I went back to work, because this thing used to affect me mentally, and I was very sure that I want her to go, but babe was like, "Let's hold on a little to one if she beats Tam." And that was such a risky thing to do, because my heart was just pounding kila saa. So fast forward, a few days later, I go back to work, and this day we got her just after 1 hour of leaving the house, and she was like, anavuruta Tam, anamwangusha chini hata ajali, still talking rudely to him. And this is the time like I had had it up to here. Babe's idea was like I shouldn't like tell her kuna CCTV and everything, but I was so tired and I was really disturbed. As a mom, you know what I mean. If you're a mom, you can relate. Seeing your child being mishandled, it's just, and remember tumeona marks and everything, sometimes behavioral changes, the withdrawal and everything. What is it? So I called her and I told her everything, and I was so mad, and I was like telling her nikiona Kenya nafanya. I told her to come to the sitting room and I told her, you know, now hata nakuona venye unaongea nakusikia, and this day you did this and this day you did this and this, today nimeona Kenya umefanya, why are you doing that to my son? And she was like, no, sorry, pole sana, ni leo tu, si kila siku. And I asked her, si kila siku aje, so you do it frequently? Ni kitu inaniingianga. You remember that excuse that she said when we were in the kitchen, Tantam unplugging the fridge, doing something, she's like, anyway. So fast forward to the next day after I saw this, and I just fired her. She apologized kabisa, but no apology is equal to the damage she caused, and I don't want to imagine the trauma that she inflicted on my baby. So yeah, I want to speak on it, and I didn't even want to like bring it on board here, but yeah, that is my life lately. And May has been just a crazy month, a lot of good things but also a lot of bad things, and this is the worst and highlight of it all. I'll never forget this month, but I thank God, like things were revealed like soon. And I believe, because every day that I wake up, the first thing I do before touching my phone, I'm always praying to God, protect Tantam, be with us through the day and everything, watch over us and everything. So yeah, that has been my life lately. I hope you guys are good, and this is just to enlighten people out here. If you're a mom, if you can afford it, you can even save pole pole, just install that camera, not to bring trust issues, but sometimes it's not good to believe people for what they present themselves to be. Some people are pretenders, and others, imagine if your close friend can pretend to be loving you and liking you, no kuinja naenda kukuongelea vibaya, because it happens. People kila siku wanaanza kusema ati watu wamekosana, oh she did this or he did this. So just be vigilant and put the necessary measures, because I think it's for purposes of safety and security for your baby or your babies. So yeah, my only regret is installing it late, but I'm still grateful I caught her before a lot of damage was done, and I'm sorry for my baby. I feel so sorry for him, but yeah, so that has been our life. Bye guys, the video is long enough. I won't even edit it because I can't bring myself to hear the things that I don't want to relive the moment, because every time and each time I'm telling the story to my mom or my sisters, it's like fresh in my mind. So bye guys.